Hello and welcome to Reviews of Ryan. Today we talk about the fairly brand new musical Cinderella. This is directed by Kate Canyon. She's directed one other film called Blockers back in 2018. Real quick before we dive into this review, I want to thank you guys for clicking on this video. If you like all kinds of movie content, consider subscribing to the channel, give the video a like, and comment if you're interested in seeing this film. This came out in September on Amazon Prime. Now without further ado, let's dive into the review. Cinderella is a modern musical with a bold take on the classic fairy tale. The film stars Camila Cabello, Billy Porter, Nicholas Galitzine, Idina Menzel, Pierce Brosnan, and James Corden. So musicals for me are kind of a hit or miss. It really depends how they're structured and how the music is if I'm going to really like the film. Growing up, Cinderella wasn't one of my favorite Disney films. It was never on the top of my list, but I watched it and I've seen the 2015 version of it, which I didn't think it was too bad actually. But this one I just really didn't like. And one of the reasons why I didn't like this film is the music itself, and that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of this kind of film. Is during this film they have the music going and it's not even live type of singing. It's more of just them lip singing over recorded tracks. It's really bad and it doesn't sound good, and you can really tell that they're lip singing. And it's pretty bad because Camila Cabello, she is a singer, so the fact that she is lip singing in this, it's just a really bad look on her and throughout the film. And then they also try to throw in these hip hop kind of tracks, and I really wasn't really necessarily a fan of it. I don't really think it really added anything to the film. They'll be singing on this bridge and after like cuts of scenes and start doing these hip hop beats, and I really didn't care about that about the film. And then also to add with the music is they really don't do original songs. They're singing a bunch of radio hit songs and older songs, and there were some really cringy moments with the singing, like especially when the stepsisters and the evil stepmother, they're singing Material Girls while they're folding laundry. It was just really, really cringy. I really didn't really care for it. And then later on when the prince and Cinderella are dancing, they're dancing to Ed Sheeran. No disrespect towards his music, but seriously, this is a film that should be having a little bit more inspired music, and they just rip off a lot of radio hits. And it just really was very uninspiring, and I really just didn't enjoy the fact that every time there's a song that hits, it's some radio song. I just didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to hear them sing those songs or lip sing them, and it just didn't make the film very interesting for me. And as far as the characters, there's really not any characters that I really got behind in this. I kind of like Pierce Brosnan as the king, but other than that, I really didn't get behind any of the characters. I didn't really care for the prince. I felt that the part where she gets to go to the ball and meet the prince and, fall in love like the normal tale, I really thought it was very rushed, and they kind of hurried up and got to the ending, and I didn't really care that they rushed that. And then top that off with the fact that the stepsisters and the stepmother, I didn't really feel necessarily that they were really that mean to Cinderella. Usually in the regular story, they're pretty mean to her and they really treat her bad. I didn't really feel that evil towards her that much. So that kind of really was just something to kind of note about the film. I just didn't really care that they didn't really kind of build those characters enough for me. I'm going to give the score of this film a 1 out of 5. I honestly would avoid this musical. There are plenty other good musicals out right now, and this is just not one of them, and I really didn't care for it. But thank you guys for checking out this review, and I'll see you guys on my next review.